Hello everyone. Today, let me introduce to you a well-known personality who is a great social worker and archives and archaeology in the government of Goa. Many people know who this great person is. Let's talk to him today and let's find out some of his untold information. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
As everyone is familiar about you, who are you, what are you? Can you tell me something about your childhood memories or a life as a student?
Okay, well, I have born and brought up in a very remote village wherein there was no education, there was no electricity, there were no roads, there were no transport. And fourth was a final year for us. After fourth, there was no education. So I started my journey, a very humble beginning, without having much financial support. When I went for the fifth standard, I went to a school called Holy Cross Institute, which was situated 15 kilometers away from my place. So even then, I stayed with my distant relatives and I completed my SSC examination. Then I moved to Chongle College. It was very far and without having any transport. Initially, I was staying in a rented room with some of my colleagues in a room, 5 of us there, in a very small room. There was no place for sleeping also. In these circumstances, I completed my graduation in chemistry as a final year subject, science graduate. Then after, I proceeded for a post-graduation course in computer applications. This is my journey as far as education is concerned.
Thank you, sir. Sir, would you tell me a spiritual role model of yours?
See, I cannot tell you that I am a true spiritual but my philosophy is that the temples and all other mythology, I have studied everything, mythology, Indian customs, Indian Hindu religion, but I take it as a source or an inspiration or to build a hope within myself to get the confidence that yes, if I rely on God, then something will happen. But as far as me is concerned, I am not that devotee of any of the God, but I believe there is a spiritual power which gives you strength and confidence that yes, somebody else is existing in this world who can fulfill your aspirations, your aims, your ambitions, and you can reach on the top. So it builds a confidence within me. The spiritual power is truly required for any person to build up his career or his future.
Sir, as you are a politician, is that you always wanted to be a politician or you wanted to be someone else in life and given a chance, will you be someone else as a profession?
Uh, See, I am born in a family wherein my father was a sarpanch and he was the first sarpanch, nominated sarpanch when Goa got liberated, and continuously 3 times he got elected unopposed. And then after my elder brother took up the reins of the politics and he became sarpanch. And then after, at the age of 24 years, I entered into politics while carrying on with my education. And then I continued with that and I became a Jilla Panchayat. Then I contested MLA's election. Despite having a humble beginning, I got into it, and looking at my social work, people elected me again and again. Now, in the year 2022, I became a MLA again, and I got important portfolios as a minister, social work, social justice ministry, then river navigation, then archives and archaeology. So such departments I am heading now, and I feel if I was not a politician, I am not a born politician, but I always inspired to go in for medical science. But somehow I didn't get that much of percentage during my 12th, and I finished with a BSc, and then I continued my professional course as a computer programmer. I worked for many institutions, many corporate houses like MPT, then Fomento group of companies, then scheduled bank, largest bank in Goa. It is Goa Urban Cooperative Banks for 14 years. So I enjoyed all the topmost positions. Even I worked for some time with Infosys and then continued my profession. While doing all these professions, uh, I continued to be a politician throughout. But my inspiration, which was my ambition to become a doctor, I couldn't fulfill. But I saw to it that my son and my daughter, they have taken up this profession. My son has become a MBBS doctor, and my younger daughter is also pursuing medicine.
That's great, sir. So, as we all know, with success comes criticism. So, how do you face the criticism?
No, it is a part of life, and you need to have criticizers around you, otherwise, you don't improve. If you have any shortfall, if you have any deficiencies, or if you are not expertise in certain things and you don't come to know where you fail, the people around you who criticizes you, they inspire me, and I take up wherever my failures are there, they pinpoint and I work upon it, and I become a successful politicians. If they are not around, then there is no charm, and you don't improve. So this is my this is the way, this is the angle that I look at my criticisms. When you enter in politics, always there are criticisms, but despite of all that, you will see all criticism around me also, all the politicians. If you cannot balance it, all those people, they fail in politics and they go back home. So I know the skill, how to improve upon myself, how to give justice, how to empower the people, how to encourage the women, how to encourage the children, how to motivate the educational projects. So this is how I take on any assignment which is. I always believe in that there will be lots of challenges. Unless you face the challenges, you won't reach to success. So opportunities are always hidden behind the challenges. So if you don't take up the challenges, you don't get the opportunities. And if you don't get the opportunities, you cannot be a successful person.
That's true, sir. So, can you tell me how do you balance your work and personal life?
No, it is very difficult for a politician to say, because as far as I am very poor in managing both the things together. I know my family is suffering. I cannot pay attention to their needs or a quality time that is required for family. Most of the politicians fail to do that. And I admire all those people who can balance all these things. Most of my priority goes to the people around me. So I don't find a very good quality time to my family, and my family sometimes get upset. But I get a good coordination and support from my family. My wife and my children also, they participate in my assignments, and to some extent they help me out in this, and my success is because of my family.
That's very nice to hear, sir. So, can you share any incident that left a permanent mark on you and taught you a leadership skill?
There are many, but to bring to your, just to highlight is, I just brief you one incident which has happened. I am passionate about serving the people, the most unprivileged people who don't get privileges. Like there was an incident wherein I heard in my constituency, there was a missionary institution who was taking care of all those orphan children, the orphan children belonging to the HIV and AIDS parents. When their parents died, this institution used to take care of these orphan students, and they were imparting the training and the education to this. And a stage came like they were to be admitted for the 5th standard in high school, and high school, the PTA parents around that village, they staged a big protest saying that our students, our children will not sit with, or we will not allow any admissions of these orphan students belonging to the parents of HIV. But in fact, they were not HIV positive, they were not AIDS patients. Even then, the parents staged a very big protest and they disallowed. Then I stood strongly, firmly behind this, and I said that this will not be tolerated. Then they asked me a question that your child, your son and daughter are pursuing their education in a very good institution. Would you be able to get your children and make them to sit with these orphan students? Then I took off my admissions from Vidya Vikas, Margaon, a good school, and I admitted my daughter and I made them to sit with them. Even then, that protest didn't end, and finally their admissions were refused. That kept a permanent mark on my conscious that I couldn't do my job successfully despite of my best efforts. So this is the way, but I never backed out from that protest. And in the result, in the next election, in this village, I suffered a very big setback, and because of that, in 2017 elections, I failed.
So as we all know, and ups and downs, what Sir told. Sir, can you please give a last message for the youths today?
No, that is what youths have to be inspired. Youths have to be motivated. Youths have to, pick up the challenges and strongly defend and go ahead. See, youths have got a very good potential, capacity, or skills, creativity, art, everything that they possess. Somebody has to enlighten them. Somebody has to put inspirations in them, and they should realize that they have got a very big capacity, or they need a motivation. So this is a role I'm playing all around. Whenever I move on to these schools, I always see that the students are inspired, they are motivated, they are made to realize that they are very potential, they have a ability, capacity, creativity. So my job is just to make them know that they are very powerful, and when they realize that potentials, they become very strong and they can take up any challenges. So I always my strong message to the youth that India is a youthful nation. 60% of our population is below 40 years of age, and they can make wonders. If India has to be a superpower or a financial power, our youths have to take up this responsibility. They have to be very disciplined. They have to realize the civic sense, and they have to take up all this without going to all the vices around them. So I believe that our youths will take up this responsibility of creating a strong nation with their determination and commitment.
Thank you so much, sir. The great message you passed on to the youths today. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.